to address this point. For one, trying to create a hierarchy of biracials or whatever is never going to help anyone when we actually have another side to this who is crushing your ass, okay? We got the colorism crybabies all abound on YouTube, and all you're doing is just causing more rifts and havoc and trolling. I mean, like, come on now. What good are you doing in regard to the fact that there are colorism crybabies around? And they are pushing that narrative of poor me, I'm dark, poor me, I'm angry at everybody because they weren't born dark. You're not doing anything on that. And you are affected by that because you're biracial, and because you're light-skinned, you're actually the target. But all you're doing is kind of proving them right. One, by just continuously being obsessed with being biracial instead of the point of the issue, considering, I mean, are you on Chrissy's side or are you not? That's what it's like to me. It's like, when you're talking about we're biracial, what does that have to do with what I was saying in many of my videos in regard to what you were talking about? Was, what is the purpose of light-skinned channels? What is the purpose of biracial channels if they are against channels like Chrissy's, and you are only proving them right, not actually going after them, and not even talking about them many of the time? It's almost like you're scared. Maybe it's because you really do, you're biracial, so, you were raised by dark-skinned people. Maybe they taught you that they owned their perspective, and so you were supposed to just go along with their narrative. You're biracial. You can't help that. And I don't blame you. But my point in my videos was talking about colorism crybabies and the fact that they are actually successful on these platforms, and I don't see any success with light-skinned channels. I don't see any success with biracial channels, for that matter. I just don't. And on top of it, on the whole issue of trying to basically be a stereotype of black people, I don't think anyone should try to be a bad stereotype of black people, and there are no good stereotypes about black people. Let's just be real. There are none. So, I mean, like, it's not a good idea to be a stereotype of a black person, whether you're mixed or black. If you're proud to have black ancestry, still, like I said, it's not really a good thing to be a stereotype. But I was just referencing other channels. I wasn't even referencing your channel. I never really paid attention to what you were saying on your channel. But what I was saying was that other channels, and I'm thinking back, and some channels in time too, where they would act like dark-skinned black women were aggressive. Dark-skinned black women were ghetto, like that they were animalistic. And I was just saying on that live, and I've seen on other spectrums, and it would always seem to me, from my perspective, like, wow, you guys are, actually being exactly what you were saying the dark-skinned black women are. I'm not saying you're saying that's what dark-skinned black women are. I don't pay attention to what you're saying. But I'm saying that some people make that narrative. And it's like, that beats that narrative. Honestly, like I said, in my experience, I just never have seen light-skinned black people or dark-skinned black people acting different from each other. What I've noticed is more mammies will act differently from divested women. And that's of any color. Well, you can pay attention to different channels. For example, I've said this with Cynthia G, and her channel, you can see plenty of the people she's associated with. They go from trying to act semi-calm to acting like the most ghetto, trashy hood animal that you've ever seen, basically. So, I mean, that's a mammy trait. It's not specifically dark skin or light skin, in my opinion. It's people who are associated with what they call Blackistan or the hood, basically. So, I don't think it's a color thing at all. And when I say that, honestly, from I didn't watch the whole clip of what you're talking about. I'm just talking about the part of the live that I saw, that I heard. Um, if I've seen more clips of Cynthia G, and it went on longer and it was crazier, so I don't know. I can't really compare your live to her live, but I'm just saying from what I heard, it didn't sound too good. Um, One last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was you were talking about me. Oh, yeah, making a fool of myself on YouTube? Sweetie, no, I've never made a fool of myself like that on YouTube. I've always stayed calm and collected, actually. Always. I just don't generally act out like that. That's not in me. I don't think that is really in me to do that. Maybe when I was 3 years old, even then I didn't sound like that. It was more like I was probably like screaming, crying, and just, having a tantrum like 3-year-olds do. But I've never acted like that. I'm sorry. I've just never acted like that in real life or on YouTube. And if you're talking about, I've been on live streams a couple times. I've been on Danielle Lavergo's live stream. That went completely smooth. I've been on a few other people's live stream, like short times. Nothing really went on there at all. Yeah, so I'm smart about who I associate with and who I don't. So I guess that's just how I